Hi, I'm Beverly Banwell Brown, and I'm back again to talk about narcissistic relationships. Today, we're going to be talking about the narcissist, the drama king or drama queen, the overall crazy maker's favorite way to dump you. It's called ghosting. What is ghosting? Ghosting basically is when someone does not have the consideration, the compassion, the decency to consider the pain, the suffering, and devastation when they just disappear on you and treat you like you're a ghost, like you never existed, and act when you try to reach out to them, wondering often if they're okay, if they're well, if they've received your messages, like you don't exist, like neither one of you has ever existed together. And this can happen in a relationship that has lasted for 1 or 2 dates, and you thought everything was fine, and it wasn't because you were getting too close, or maybe you were asking too many questions, and then the cut and run behavior takes over, the fear of intimacy takes over, the fear of being in a committed relationship with someone who's going to actually get to really know them and see their foibles, their quirks, their humanity. And he can't stand that, so he takes off. And there you are. No more texts, no more emails, no more phone calls, no more in-person communication. And maybe if it's further along in the relationship, you're engaged and a wedding is being planned, or maybe you've signed a lease on an apartment, a condo, a house. Maybe you've bought property together, and you're standing there, left, as they say, holding the proverbial bag. Ghosting. It is a powerful and painful experience. I've seen so many of my clients come to me after this has occurred. Their first impulse is to be concerned for the person's well-being. Sometimes they've called the different hospital emergency rooms. Sometimes they've had to actually go to the person's home and leave them a note so they know that it's there. I mean, it just runs the gamut of different responses. And then, of course, there's the response of anger and confusion and total mystification as to what's going on. And my clients ask me, or people now literally from all over the earth are emailing me and asking me, what do I do with this? What am I supposed to think? I've been rejected, I've been dumped, I don't know why. And sometimes there really has been absolutely no sign that this was going to occur. And so they're even more hurt in a way than if that phase after the seduction part, the honeymoon part, is over and you've started to see them as human beings and ask normal, healthy questions that basically anybody who's really getting to know someone they care about, they might want to have a deeper friendship or a romantic connection to, would ask. You know, things like, where did you go to school? What was your major? What are the things you really loved to do when you were a little kid? Where did you grow up? You know, things that people ask in normal conversation. Narcissists usually will balk at that. They don't want to be asked. They don't want to make any kind of definitive statements about themselves or their families or anything else, because often they're ashamed. Often there were difficulties in the family. Maybe it wasn't so joyful a place to grow up and they don't want to talk about it. And what they really don't want, I believe, is anything that's going to lead to any real depth of intimate, emotional, spiritual connection. The physical they can do, and they're usually very good at it. They're usually wonderful lovers because they've attuned themselves to whoever their abuser was, whoever the real irritant was in their early childhood. to keep that person at bay so that they could have some kind of stability going on and they could just really get through the days and nights. So once again, I want to make it clear, I'm not talking about them like they're monsters. They're not. They're human beings. The divine essence lives and breathes in them just as it lives and breathes in you and me and everyone else. This is an emotional and psychological situation that is painful to them, and it's painful to those people who have the growth opportunity of knowing them and trying to deal and find logic and reasonableness where often their behavior is so unpredictable and erratic, there really is no way to make sense of it. And eventually, you simply have to look at them as spiritual teachers. I've just done another video about that very recently. It's called Narcissistic Relationships, how narcissists can be your spiritual teachers. And I refer you to that one because it will help you if you let it give you another perspective on this, which might actually help you to find some peace in your heart. Don't you think you deserve that? And a way to accept what you cannot change. When you meet somebody who has these issues, you need to keep remembering that you need to forgive yourself. You need to congratulate yourself that you got through it without violence, without hopefully a lot of financial entanglements. And you still have your life and your future ahead of you, and you can heal from this hurt and this disappointment, and it's nothing that you did wrong. It's not that you don't smell wonderful or that you don't have a beautiful, sweet smile. It's not that you lack intelligence. It's none of those things. Sometimes it's about both people. And it sometimes is a dance between two people where both have a great responsibility in whatever's going on. Your responsibility, as I view it, is much more centered on what it was in you that allowed you to attract such a situation that was basically so hopelessly doomed from the start. What red flags did you ignore? If I had my rose-colored glasses, I'd put them on for you. Here I do. What rose-colored glasses did you put on so you didn't have to look at what in reflection will probably be signs and symptoms that were there in the first 5 minutes of your knowing him or her, as the case may be. So ghosting. If you're a person who's narcissistic, terribly self-absorbed, and you're watching this video, I really hope that it will make an impression on you and remind you that it is a form of great cowardice to just duck out, just cut and run on someone who may really care about you and your well-being and who's doing the best he or she can to be a friend, to be a lover, to be a family member, to be a coworker. We're all learning as we go. But a note, a message, an email that says, I don't think this is working out. I need to make a different choice. Please try to understand. I wish you well. Just that general message with a caring intention could save someone months, maybe even years of hurt, of pain, of sorrow, of regret, of endless loop tape, obsessing as to what went wrong and what their part was in it. Please have a heart, not only for yourself, but for them. I'm Beverly Banoa Brown. It's been wonderful, as always, to have this time with you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, which is called Beverly Banoa Brown MS, I hope you'll do so. And if you enjoyed this video, even if you disagree with me, thank you for watching, and please leave me a like so I'll know it, and a commentary below the screen. I love to read your sharings, and as you know by now, many of you, I make a major effort to respond individually to all of you. Until next time, bye for now. And do protect your cherished hearts.